REITs have taken a hit in the past year, and also most recently it is looking pretty interesting. And thanks to Ryne Williams, I was inspired to talk more about REITs that have taken a beating this year so far. So in this video I will share 8 REITs that are down more than 10% year to date. And I'm very excited to see what you guys think about these stocks, so please let me know your thoughts in the comments. My name is Thomas and this is Thomas Invest. I'm an investor looking for great stocks at great prices. First on the list we have Realty Income, ticker symbol O, the famous monthly dividend company. This stock is down 10% year to date due to different reasons, and in my most recent videos I talk a lot about them. Realty Income has a price to FFO of 12.9, indicating they are undervalued. Looking at their dividend stats, I really get excited. Dividend yield is sitting at 5.9%, which is really great of course. Annual payout is a little over $3 and payout ratio is at 74%, which seems very high, but it is below the average for REITs. And keep in mind, Realty Income pays a monthly dividend instead of a quarterly dividend. The 5-year growth rate is sitting at 3.6%, which is a bit on the low side of course. But given the fact that dividend yield is already at almost 6%, I don't mind that much. They have been increasing the dividend for 26 years in a row, which is really impressive. Second stock on the list we have National Storage Affiliates. Thanks to Ryne to highlighted this REIT. And this REIT is down 12.6% year to date. NSA has a price to FFO of 15.6, indicating they are fairly valued. Looking at their dividend stats, I again get really excited. Dividend yield is sitting at 6%, which is really great. Annual payout is at $2.24 and payout ratio is at 88%, which is above the 75% average for REITs. The 5-year growth rate is sitting at 14%, which is really great. On top of that, they have increased the dividend for 8 years in a row, which is really nice. Third on the list we have Extra Space Storage. While putting the list together, this stock was down 10%, but after today's increase in share price, they are down just a little under 10% on the year-to-date chart. EXR has a price to FFO of almost 20, indicating you pay a premium for the stock. Looking at their dividend stats, I get a bit more excited. Dividend yield is sitting at 4.4%, which is really great. Annual payout is at $6.48 and payout ratio is at 80%, which is above the 75% average for REITs. The 5-year growth rate is sitting at 14%, which is really great. On top of that, they have increased the dividend for 13 years in a row, which is really nice. Next on the list we have Fiji Properties, ticker symbol Fiji. This stock is down 10% year to date, and most recently I talked a lot about them in my videos. Price to FFO is at 11.8, indicating Fiji is undervalued. Dividend yield is sitting at 5.72%, which is a great yield of course. Annual payout is at $1.66 and payout ratio is at 65%, which is below the 75% average for REITs. The 5-year growth rate is sitting at 10%, which is a great number of course. On top of that, they have been increasing the dividends for 5 years in a row now, which may seem like a low number, but they only have been here for 5 years now, so it is actually looking really good. Next on the list we have ADC, another famous monthly dividend stock. While putting the list together, this stock was down 10%, but after today's increase in share price, they are down just a little under the 10% on the year-to-date chart. And ADC has a price to FFO of 14.5, indicating they are fairly valued. Dividend yield is looking really interesting at 5.18% dividend yield, and of course the monthly payouts. Annual payout is at $2.96 and payout ratio is at 75%, which is the average for REITs. The 5-year growth rate is sitting at 6%, which is very nice. On top of that, they have been increasing the dividends for 4 years in a row now, which is also nice. Next on the list we have Americold Realty, ticker symbol COLD. This stock is down 13% year to date. Price to FFO is at 21.7, indicating Americold is overvalued. Dividend yield is sitting at only 3.36%, which is a great yield of course, don't get me wrong, but for REITs it's a bit on the low side. Annual payout is at $0.88 and payout ratio is at 80%, which is above the 75% average for REITs. The 5-year growth rate is sitting at almost 5%, which is a decent number. There are no consecutive years of dividend increases. Next on the list we have EPR Properties, ticker symbol EPR. This stock is down 12% year to date, and price to FFO is at 9, indicating EPR is undervalued. Dividend yield is sitting at 8%, which is a great yield of course. Annual payout is at $3.42 and payout ratio is at only 69%, which is below the 75% average for REITs. The 5-year growth rate is sitting at a -5%, which is very interesting. They have been increasing the dividends for 1 year in a row now. Last on the list we have Boston Properties, ticker symbol BXP. This stock is down almost 12% year to date, and price to FFO is at 9.9, indicating BXP is undervalued. Dividend yield is sitting at 6.21%, which is a great yield of course. Annual payout is at $3.92 and payout ratio is at only 55%, which is below the 75% average for REITs. The 5-year growth rate is sitting at 2%, which is a low number of course. There are also no consecutive years of dividend increases. And this was the full list of 8 REITs that are down at least 10% on the year-to-date chart. What are you currently buying and why? Let me know in the comments down below. And remember to always do your own research and never fully trust on what I or other YouTubers say about a stock. I'm not a financial advisor and this content is just for entertaining purposes only. I hope you liked this video and I did bring some insights of the companies to you. I would really appreciate a thumbs up and make sure to subscribe to get notified when I'm posting a new video. Thanks for watching and I will see you in my next video.